Good morning, Facebook. Grace and peace to you all. Motivated by love. Motives matter. Apostle Paul was motivated by love. His obedience was motivated by God's love. 2 Corinthians 5, for Christ's love compels us, for we are convinced that one died for all, therefore all died. He died for all, that those who live should no longer live for themselves, but for him who died and was raised again. You can tell that those who are motivated by love, motivated by God's grace, they have compassion for people that are in suffering and struggle. The religious, or the ones that are motivated by self-righteousness, don't have that compassion. They're not free. They're in bondage to self. They're still trying to self-justify and self-glorify. But those that have been overwhelmed by God's grace and his unconditional love are set free to love others unconditionally. That's the foundation of it. So motives matter, right? The motive of the heart. When we are overwhelmed by God's grace and his love and his mercy, guess what comes out of our life? Love and peace and joy and contentment comes from those that have been overwhelmed by God's grace and his unconditional love. God's love, our rebellion, right? And God's relentless love and grace is always pursuing us. And we are in constant rebellion until we yield and receive his love, right? And then we're able to live in a completely new way. But think of what he says, what Jesus says. For those who try and hold on to their life will lose it, but those who lay down their life for my sake and the gospel will find it. We find life in him when we're motivated by his love. It's his love that changes and transforms everything. It's not about you trying to obey in order to receive. It's about you being overwhelmed by his love and his grace and his mercy. And if you're able to, it's a beautiful way of living. Instead of living that, you're no longer in bondage to self. You're in true freedom. May God bless you today. May he reveal his unconditional love. May you experience that and get out of your rebellion against him. Think of this. He shows us that, but God demonstrates his love for us that while we are yet sinners, Christ died for us. He didn't wait for us to get cleaned up in order for him to die for us. He died for us while we were yet sinners. It's that motivation of love that changes us from the inside out, that sets us free, that gives us compassion for others, gives us the ability to love unconditionally. May God wreck you today with his relentless love. God bless.